Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel, where we share practical, science-informed ways to stay healthy, strong, and independent after 50. You can feel completely normal at 10 o'clock at night. No chest pain, no dizziness, no obvious warning that anything is wrong. You brush your teeth, turn off the light, pull up the blanket, and assume your body will safely carry you through the next 7 or 8 hours. But after the age of 60, nighttime places your body in a very different state. Your heart rate slows. Your blood pressure changes. Your breathing becomes more vulnerable to obstruction. You remain almost completely still for hours. And if you already have high blood pressure, narrowed arteries, diabetes, sleep apnea, or an irregular heartbeat, ordinary evening habits may add stress at exactly the wrong time. This does not mean that one late dinner or one warm bedroom will suddenly cause a heart attack. The real danger is that several small problems can quietly stack on top of one another. A heavy meal, a missed medication, breathing that repeatedly stops during sleep, alcohol used as a sleeping aid, an overheated bedroom, or a warning symptom dismissed as indigestion because it appeared just before bedtime. Individually, these habits may appear harmless. Together, they can create a nighttime routine that works against your heart instead of supporting it. In this video, we are going to examine 6 things every adult over 60 should check before going to bed. The fourth one is often defended as a healthy way to relax, even though it may disturb both your breathing and heart rhythm. And the final mistake is the one no person should ever ignore, because waiting until morning can sometimes mean waiting too long. Let us begin with the habit that often starts hours before your head touches the pillow. Number 1. Eating a heavy dinner too close to bedtime. Think about your last evening meal. Was it a moderate dinner eaten several hours before bed? Or was it a large plate of meat, pasta, fried food, bread, dessert, and perhaps a salty sauce eaten shortly before you lay down? Many people eat their largest meal at the end of the day. It is understandable. Dinner may be the first time the family is together. Work, appointments, and responsibilities may delay eating until 8 or 9 at night. Some people barely eat during the day and arrive at dinner extremely hungry. But when a large meal is eaten close to bedtime, your body does not immediately enter a restful state. Digestion requires work. Blood flow is redirected toward the stomach and intestines. Blood sugar rises. Triglycerides may increase after a high-fat meal. A salty dinner can contribute to fluid retention and make blood pressure control more difficult in salt-sensitive individuals. At the same time, lying down soon after eating can worsen acid reflux. This is important because reflux discomfort can sometimes feel frighteningly similar to heart-related discomfort. It can also interrupt sleep, increase coughing, and make breathing less comfortable. The mistake is not simply eating after a specific hour on the clock. Someone who works late or sleeps at 2 in the morning has a different schedule from someone who goes to bed at 9:30. A more practical rule is to give your body approximately 2 to 3 hours between a substantial meal and lying down. If dinner must be late, reduce the size of the meal. Choose vegetables, beans, a modest serving of whole grains, fish, chicken, tofu, or another lean protein. Limit extremely fatty foods, oversized portions, heavy desserts, and high-sodium processed meals. You do not need to go to bed hungry. A small snack may be appropriate for some people, especially those managing diabetes or medications that can affect blood sugar. But that decision should be based on your individual health plan, not a universal internet rule. Here is a simple test. After dinner, ask yourself whether you feel comfortably satisfied or physically overloaded. If you need to loosen your clothing, feel pressure in your upper abdomen, or immediately want to lie down because the meal made you exhausted, the portion was probably too large. Tonight, do not focus only on what you eat. Look at the size, timing, and sodium content of your evening meal. Your heart does not need to spend the first half of the night helping your body recover from a feast. Number 2, missing medication or changing its timing on your own. This next mistake can happen in 2 opposite ways. Some people forget their medication. Others hear that blood pressure pills should always be taken at night and change their schedule without speaking to the person who prescribed them. Both approaches can be dangerous. Blood pressure medication is not one single type of medicine. Some drugs last through the entire day. Others have different durations. Some increase urination. Some slow the heart rate. Some are taken once daily, while others are prescribed twice daily. The The correct schedule depends on the specific medication, your blood pressure pattern, your kidney function, other prescriptions, fall risk, and how your body responds. For years, some reports suggested that moving blood pressure medication to bedtime could dramatically reduce heart attacks and strokes. More recent large randomized trials have not shown a general cardiovascular advantage for bedtime dosing compared with morning dosing. That does not mean timing never matters. It means there is no single schedule that is automatically best for everyone. The safest time is usually the time recommended by your clinician that you can follow consistently without troublesome side effects. If your medicine makes you urinate frequently, taking it immediately before sleep may be impractical. If it causes dizziness, low blood pressure, or weakness when you stand, the schedule may need adjustment. If your blood pressure remains high at night or rises early in the morning, your doctor may want home measurements, ambulatory monitoring, or a different medication plan. But those changes should be made with medical guidance. Never double a dose because you are unsure whether you took it. Never stop a blood pressure or heart medication suddenly because you feel well. And never move every pill to bedtime because a video promised that nighttime dosing would protect you. Instead, create a medication system that removes uncertainty. Use a weekly pill organizer. Set a phone alarm. Keep a written medication list. Mark each dose immediately after taking it. If you regularly forget evening medication, tell your pharmacist or clinician. A simpler schedule may sometimes be possible. Before bed tonight, ask one question. Did I take my medication exactly as prescribed? Not more. Not less. Not at a new time based on a frightening headline. Consistency and medical guidance are more important than chasing the supposed perfect hour. Number 3. Treating loud snoring as harmless. Loud snoring is often treated as a joke. Partners complain about it. Families tease one another. Some people believe snoring simply means they are sleeping deeply. But loud, irregular snoring can be a warning sign of obstructive sleep apnea. Sleep apnea occurs when the airway repeatedly narrows or closes during sleep. Breathing may stop for several seconds and then restart with a gasp, choke, snort, or sudden movement. When breathing stops, oxygen levels can fall. The brain responds by partially waking the body and activating stress systems. Heart rate and blood pressure may rise. This cycle can repeat many times throughout the night without the sleeper remembering it in the morning. Over time, obstructive sleep apnea is associated with high blood pressure, atrial fibrillation, coronary artery disease, stroke, heart failure, and other cardiovascular problems. The risk is not limited to people who are severely overweight. Body weight is an important factor, but jaw structure, neck anatomy, age, alcohol use, nasal obstruction, and sleeping position can also influence the airway. Watch for these signs. Loud snoring that can be heard from another room. Pauses in breathing observed by a partner. Waking with choking or gasping. Morning headaches. A dry mouth on waking. Frequent nighttime urination. Difficulty concentrating. Irritability. Or feeling exhausted despite spending enough time in bed. Some people with sleep apnea fall asleep while reading or watching television. Others do not feel extremely sleepy, but have resistant high blood pressure or repeated episodes of atrial fibrillation. If several of these signs sound familiar, do not rely on a phone application or a partner's guess. Ask about a formal sleep evaluation. Testing may sometimes be completed at home, while other people need an overnight sleep study. Treatment is also not limited to one option. Continuous positive airway pressure, commonly called CPAP, is highly effective at keeping the airway open when it is used consistently. Depending on the individual, treatment may also include weight management, positional therapy, and oral appliance, addressing nasal obstruction, reducing alcohol, or another medically appropriate option. Sleeping on your side may reduce obstruction for some people, but it is not a substitute for evaluation when symptoms are significant. And if you already have a CPAP machine, using it only occasionally may not provide the protection you expect. Putting the mask on for 2 hours and removing it for the rest of the night leaves many breathing events untreated. Work with your sleep care team if the mask leaks, feels uncomfortable, dries your mouth, or makes you feel trapped. Different masks, pressure settings, humidification, and fitting techniques can make a major difference. Tonight, listen to what your nighttime breathing may be telling you. Snoring is not always dangerous, but breathing that stops, gasping, choking, and unexplained daytime exhaustion should never be dismissed as normal aging. Number 4. Using alcohol as a sleep aid. Many people believe a glass of wine or a stronger drink helps them sleep. And in one narrow sense, alcohol can make you feel sleepy more quickly. That is why this habit is so deceptive. Feeling sedated is not the same as receiving healthy, restorative sleep. As alcohol is processed during the night, sleep can become lighter and more fragmented. You may wake earlier, experience more trips to the bathroom, sweat, or notice your heart beating more strongly. Alcohol can also relax the muscles surrounding the upper airway. For someone who snores or has sleep apnea, this may worsen breathing obstruction. It may also interact with sleeping pills, anti-anxiety medication, pain medication, and other sedating drugs. That combination can increase confusion, balance problems, falls, and breathing risk, especially in older adults. Alcohol also has important cardiovascular effects. Heavy intake and binge drinking are consistently linked with high blood pressure, stroke, weakened heart muscle, heart failure, and abnormal heart rhythms. Even people who do not drink heavily sometimes notice palpitations or an episode of atrial fibrillation after drinking more than usual. This does not mean every person who drinks a small amount will experience a heart emergency. It means alcohol should not be promoted as a heart medicine or a reliable treatment for insomnia. If you do not drink, there is no cardiovascular reason to begin. If you do drink, pay attention to the amount, frequency, and timing. Do not combine alcohol with sedating medication unless your healthcare professional has specifically confirmed it is safe, and avoid using it as the tool that allows you to fall asleep every night. Try a simple 7-night experiment. Replace the evening drink with sparkling water, decaffeinated tea, or another non-alcoholic option that fits your health needs. Keep your bedtime consistent. Then record how often you wake, how you feel in the morning, and whether your snoring changes. Many people are surprised to discover that the drink they believed was improving sleep was actually breaking it apart. There is another common nighttime belief that needs clarification. You may have heard that everyone over 60 must drink a full glass of water immediately before bed to prevent thick blood. That claim goes beyond the evidence. Good hydration matters, but it is better maintained gradually during the day. Forcing a large amount of water before bed may worsen nighttime urination, disrupt sleep, and increase fall risk. People with heart failure or kidney disease may also have individualized fluid instructions. The goal is not to become dehydrated, and it is not to flood your body before sleep. The goal is steady, appropriate hydration based on your medical needs. Number 5. Sleeping in a bedroom that is too hot. Bedroom temperature may seem like a comfort issue rather than a health issue. But temperature can change the quality of your sleep. Your body normally adjusts its temperature as part of the sleep process. A room that is excessively warm can make it harder to remain asleep, increase restlessness, and reduce sleep efficiency. Older adults may be particularly vulnerable to nighttime heat. In real-world research involving older adults, sleep was generally more efficient within a moderate temperature range, while sleep quality declined as bedrooms became much hotter. However, there is no perfect thermostat setting for every person. Some older adults feel uncomfortable or develop painful stiffness in rooms that are too cold. Medications, circulation, bedding, humidity, clothing, and personal preference all matter. Instead of treating one number as a medical command, look for signs that the environment is disturbing your sleep. Are you waking sweaty? Is your pillow damp? Do you repeatedly throw off the blanket and pull it back on? Does the room feel stale? Do you wake with a racing heart after a hot night? If so, consider cooling or ventilating the room. Use a fan safely. Choose lighter bedding. Close blinds during hot afternoons. Improve airflow when outdoor conditions allow. And make sure heaters, air conditioners, and fans are positioned so they do not create a fall hazard. A useful starting range for many older adults is approximately 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. But comfort and health conditions should guide the final setting. The room should feel comfortably cool, not cold enough to cause shivering. Sleep quality also depends on more than temperature. Keep the room dark. Reduce unnecessary noise. Avoid bright phone screens immediately before bed. Place glasses, a phone, and any mobility aid where they can be reached safely. Use a dim night light on the path to the bathroom. These changes may sound small, but a safer sleep environment protects more than rest. It can reduce nighttime confusion, improve breathing comfort, and lower the risk of falls when you get out of bed. Number 6. Going to sleep while ignoring a warning sign. This is the most important section of the video. Some people notice something unusual before bed and make a dangerous decision. They decide to sleep on it. A pressure in the chest is blamed on dinner. Shortness of breath is blamed on being tired. Jaw or back discomfort is blamed on arthritis. Sudden weakness is blamed on sleeping in an awkward position. Confusion is blamed on age. The person goes to bed hoping the feeling will disappear by morning. But heart attacks do not always begin with a dramatic collapse. Some start slowly with mild pressure, squeezing, fullness, burning, or discomfort in the center of the chest. The sensation may go away and return. Other warning signs may include discomfort in one or both arms, the back, neck, jaw, or stomach, shortness of breath, nausea, cold sweating, unusual fatigue, lightheadedness, or a rapid or irregular heartbeat. Women may be more likely to describe unusual tiredness, nausea, breathlessness, or back, shoulder, and jaw discomfort rather than the crushing chest pain shown in movies. Stroke symptoms can also appear suddenly before bed. Remember BFAST. B is for balance, a sudden loss of balance or coordination. E is for eyes, sudden blurred vision, double vision, or vision loss. F is for face. One side of the face droops or feels numb. A is for arm. One arm becomes weak, numb, or drifts downward. S is for speech. Words become slurred, confused, or difficult to understand. T is for time. Call emergency services immediately. Do not wait to see whether the symptoms disappear. Do not drive yourself if emergency services are available. And do not go to sleep because you believe rest will solve the problem. Emergency teams can begin assessment and treatment before reaching the hospital. Minutes can affect the amount of heart or brain tissue that can be saved. It is also important to understand the difference between a heart attack and cardiac arrest. A heart attack is usually a circulation problem caused by reduced or blocked blood flow to the heart muscle. Cardiac arrest is an electrical problem in which the heart suddenly stops pumping effectively. A heart attack can sometimes trigger cardiac arrest, but they are not the same event. If a person suddenly becomes unresponsive and is not breathing normally, call emergency services, begin CPR if you are able, and use an automated external defibrillator if one is available. Never allow fear of embarrassment to stop you from asking for emergency help. It is better to be examined and learn that the cause was reflux or anxiety than to ignore a true heart attack or stroke. Before sleeping tonight, ask yourself honestly, am I experiencing a new symptom that could be an emergency? If the answer might be yes, bedtime can wait. Your 6-step heart-safer evening routine. Now let us turn these warnings into a routine you can actually follow. You do not need a perfect evening. You need a repeatable one. 3 hours before bed. Finish your largest meal when possible. Avoid turning dinner into an oversized, high-sodium feast. If your schedule forces you to eat later, choose a lighter portion and remain upright after eating. A short, comfortable walk may help digestion and blood sugar control if walking is safe for you. 2 hours before bed. Begin reducing alcohol, bright screens, and stimulating activities. Prepare what you need for the next morning so your mind is not racing in bed. If you are thirsty, drink an appropriate amount of water, but do not force a large volume because of a viral claim. Follow any fluid restrictions given by your clinician. 1 hour before bed. Check your medication organizer. Confirm that each medicine was taken exactly as prescribed. Do not guess, double a dose, or make a timing change without guidance. If you monitor blood pressure at home, follow the measurement schedule recommended by your healthcare team rather than repeatedly checking out of fear. 30 minutes before bed. Prepare the bedroom. Adjust the temperature. Reduce excess light and noise. Set up your CPAP or other prescribed sleep equipment. Place a phone and mobility aid within safe reach. Clear the walking path to the bathroom immediately before lying down. Pay attention to your breathing and body. Do not ignore new chest pressure, unusual shortness of breath, sudden weakness, confusion, sweating, nausea, or unexplained upper body discomfort. Call emergency services when warning signs are present. After you lie down, if you have positional sleep apnea or have been advised to sleep on your side, use pillows or positioning support that feels safe and comfortable. If you use CPAP, keep it on for the full period of sleep whenever possible. Do not aim for perfection on the first night. Choose the weakest point in your current routine and improve that one first. Perhaps you regularly eat too close to bedtime. Perhaps you forget medication. Perhaps your partner has been telling you for years that your breathing stops during sleep. Perhaps alcohol has become your nightly sleeping pill. Perhaps the bedroom is far too warm. Or perhaps you have a habit of dismissing symptoms and hoping they disappear by morning. Pick one problem. Write down one action. Repeat it for the next 7 nights. Small actions become protective habits only when they are repeated. Conclusion. Your heart works through every hour of the night. It continues pumping while you sleep, while your blood pressure changes, while your body regulates temperature, and while your breathing moves in and out thousands of times. Protecting it does not require fear. It requires awareness. Avoid extremely heavy meals close to bedtime. Take medication exactly as prescribed. Do not dismiss loud snoring and stopped breathing. Do not depend on alcohol to create sleep. Keep your bedroom comfortable, cool enough, dark, and safe. And never go to sleep while ignoring possible warning signs of a heart attack or stroke. Which of these 6 nighttime mistakes do you recognize in your own routine? Comment with the number below. And more importantly, tell us which change you will begin tonight. Share this video with a spouse, sibling, parent, or friend over 60. They may recognize a warning sign or habit they have never considered before. If you value practical, evidence-informed guidance for remaining healthy, independent, and strong after 50, subscribe to the channel. Your evening routine cannot remove every cardiovascular risk, but it can give your body a safer environment in which to rest, recover, and prepare for tomorrow. Take care of your heart tonight. It has been working for you all day, and it will continue working long after the lights go out. This video provides general educational information and is not a diagnosis or a personalized treatment plan. Do not start, stop, double, or change the timing of prescription medication without speaking with the appropriate healthcare professional. People with heart failure, kidney disease, diabetes, fluid restrictions, recurrent falls, sleep disorders, or other medical conditions may need individualized advice. Call emergency services immediately if you or someone nearby develops possible symptoms of a heart attack, stroke, or cardiac arrest.